What's going on, fam? This is Dane, Dane's Great Journey. I hope you guys are doing amazing. It's 2020. Happy 2020. It's January. Looking at the calendar right now, it's January 10th. So we're 10 days into the new year. I wanted to make a quick video because it's been a month since my last video, and I was actually talking about 2020 in my last video, which I think is interesting. And I had no intention to make this video, but I got up today relatively early, just some of those days you wake up before your alarm, you're inspired to get to work and you just want to put your head down and make things happen. It's kind of how this day went. And I was thinking about YouTube the other day, and I know I haven't posted a lot of content on YouTube just because podcasting has become such a big part of my life. And it's been such an amazing experience to meet so many people and interview young professionals, because that's the whole idea behind Young, Wild, and Rich, the podcast I started. So if you ever wanted to check that out, it's on the iTunes or Spotify store. You type in Young, Wild, and Rich. It will come up. I interview young professionals. I talk about my journey. I help share stories of people who have very interesting careers to help expose young people to all the different options and opportunities there are to find something that you really enjoy and love. Especially today, more than ever, more than how just the economy's been going. There's so much opportunity to find something you love, and there's no reason to settle for something you don't. And it takes time, it takes persistence, it takes effort. So rant over about the podcast. I wanted to make this video because I know it's been a month since I checked in. Have you set some of your goals for 2020? I know you might be someone who likes doing goals or not. How about just setting your intentions for what you want to do? Maybe deciding to raise your standards of what you want for your life in 2020. Maybe not even setting goals or looking back and reflecting on the year previously and asking yourself, what do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? So there's so many different things to consider there. And for today, I just wanted to give you guys a couple updates too on what I'm thinking for the YouTube channel. And I'd love your feedback if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment below. I am going to start releasing some of the interviews I do onto this YouTube channel. And it's not going to be in video format. A few of them might, but I'm thinking of just overlaying a picture of the guest and maybe a little bit other graphical things. And you can listen to the interview on this channel. So if that's something you'd like, let me know. I can also always start a new YouTube channel specifically for Young, Wild, and Rich, but we'll get there when we get there. It's not about contemplating and thinking. It's just about making things happen and doing it. So that's one thing I'm going to do for Dane's Great Journey as well, is try to make more videos like this, at least maybe once or twice a month, on different things I'm learning and experiencing, because there's been so much happening in my life. My job and my career at the company I work for, a software fraud prevention company in Arizona, is going super well. Our company is doing amazing. We have so many different things we're going to be rolling out in 2020. I get to travel 5, 10, 15, 20 times a year. I get to work with Fortune 500 clients in the e-commerce and technology space that are doing big things, and it's amazing to help them in the efforts to stop fraud and approve more orders. And I won't go into all the different nuances of my role, but it's been an amazing experience. I've been able to travel to New York, to Boston, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, all over the Northeast, and go places I haven't actually been to before. Boston was new for me in 2019, so that was super exciting. I've been able to travel to New York 5, 7, 8 times. I don't even know how many times. And travel was one of my goals for 2019 as well as 2018 when I initially joined the company. So I wanted to travel a certain amount of times. I was able to do that. I was able to attend a workshop in 2018 that I wanted to attend for years from someone who inspired me when I was young, and that was Tony Robbins. I went to Unleash the Power Within. I made a video about that. If you haven't checked that out, it's on this channel. If you've ever been curious about it, you can definitely check that video out. And then 2019, I was exposed to another gentleman by the name of Dr. John Demartini, and his book was the best book I read in 2019. I'll probably make a YouTube video about it, but I did make a podcast about the experience because I read the book on 2 plane flights while I was traveling for work, and it inspired me so much. And I wanted to share this information. I bought a bunch of his books. I started giving it to friends. I went deep with his information because there's very few people that stick with me, especially when it comes to personal development and teaching. And it's the people that go deep into the psychology of what it really means, not just the set goals, be positive. Those people are great when you're getting into personal development, but then you need to take it a step deeper. You need to really understand your values. You need to understand your belief systems and really your skill sets and the things that make you unique, and also self-awareness, Also, IQ versus EQ, and there's certain people that do that really well. Tony was the first person to expose me to things that changed my mindset in my life. And then, years and years later, I was able to interview someone who told me about this man, Dr. John Demartini. I read his book a year later because I listened to the Audible and I was like, sometimes you read something and it's like, I don't really see that. But then I was listening to the Audible and I was like, it's not that good. A year later, I listened to an interview with him, again, a different media format, and go, wow, that was some amazing information. I want to get his book. And then I go back and I didn't even remember that I had the book on my Audible all along, but I put it to the side because it didn't resonate with me at the time. And I read the book a year later on 2 plane flights. Literally ferociously dissected this thing, notes, implemented so many of the different things it has in the book, and it changed my life. It changed my perspective. It changed what I thought about certain things. And then you know what? A month later, I went to his workshop because it was so powerful. And I like to go from 2018, I like to go to a workshop now once a year on different things, whether it's in business, finance, mindset. Dr. John Demartini has like 2 different things. So one portion was finance, another portion was his like main event, which is called the Breakthrough Experience. So I actually had the opportunity to go not only read his book, but in a month's time from that finishing the book, I was able to go to his event. I was able to meet his daughter. And you know what came from that too? I was able to interview him. Me and him, I got to sit down virtually on Skype and interview the man. And it was an amazing experience. I was nervous. I don't usually interview people of that caliber. I interview young professionals. So he's one of the first people who's going to be coming on the podcast to talk about everything related to finding a career you love. It was such a good interview. I'm extremely excited to be bringing that out. It's going to be dropping in the next couple weeks, and I'm going to be putting it on this YouTube channel. It might be the first interview I put on this YouTube channel. It was so good. You must listen to this. It will impact your life if you're someone young, even if you're someone older. He said he shares 3 stories that are so powerful. And honestly, being an interviewer, interviews young people, I was sometimes at a loss of words to what to say after he shared a story because it was so impactful. So that's extremely exciting for 2020. It'd be great to interview Tony Robbins, but Tony's on that level. He's on that level up here, I'd say, but I thought it's just so cool that they were so open to giving the opportunity to interview him. But it all just took me sending an email to his daughter and saying, hey, and Alana, if you're watching this, you're probably not. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Alana's Dr. John D. Martini's daughter. I got to meet her at the event as well as his other daughter. And I simply asked her, and she said, hey, that's a part of his mission is to inspire young people. He'd love to come on your podcast. I thought I was going to get 15 minutes. We spent 50 minutes together. And it was such a good experience, and it changed my whole perspective about interviewing people. Not that I'm going to start interviewing all these multimillionaires, but especially the ones I think can make a difference in the lives of young people like yourself or someone you might know. So stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I know I haven't been putting a lot of content on it, but I'm going to start putting more content on it for 2020. That's one goal I didn't set for this year is what do I want to do with my YouTube channel? I set goals for the podcast. I'm going to do 52 book reviews this year or book takeaways. So that's going to be on the podcast. Might come on the YouTube channel as well. We'll see. I want to do 30 to 50 interviews this year. It's 10 days into the new year, and I already have 2 interviews done, which is great. I'm on pace to hit 50 plus. And I want to, I should put a goal to, how many YouTube videos would you like to see this year? 10, 20, 30, 50? I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you updated there. And if you ever want to connect where I'm constantly putting content out, that's on social media. So I have 2 places. Dane Camela. That's just my name. DAYNE KAMELA. I'll come up on Instagram. You can follow me there. I don't have a private account, I don't think. So you can check out what I'm doing. You actually don't have to follow me, but you can see some of the things I'm doing. And then the Instagram for the podcast is YWR Podcast. And you can check out some of the interviews I do there. And then hopefully I'll be translating into this page. But would you like to see that content on this page? Let me know. I know this page isn't huge or anything like that. And again, for me, it's always been a video documentation of the journey and what's going on. So if you've ever watched any episode, I started this when I'm 18. It's crazy to think because it's been 10 years since I started this YouTube channel. That's insane. That's literally insane. It's been 10 years of having this YouTube channel. Wow. I started it in 2010. It's 2020. It's blowing my mind because I'm just thinking about that now. I've always thought, every time I talked about the YouTube channel, it was like, yeah, I've been doing this for a couple years. I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been doing this for 5 years. Now I can literally say, I've been doing this for a decade. Oh my gosh. And you might think, and I know some people will think like, man, you've made no progress in terms of the amount of listeners or viewers or subscribers like PewDiePie and Jake Paul and Logan Paul. They got millions. That was never the intention. That was never the intention of this channel. The intention of this channel was to, hey, share my journey. And you know something that's so funny? I learned about Gary Vee, and I'm sure you know who Gary Vee is, in maybe 11 or 2010. And then 3 or 4 years later, he made something and said, document, don't create. Share your journey. Don't try and tell people what to do. Just share your journey. That's what I've been doing ever since 2010. It's been a decade in review. And now we're in 2020. And so much has happened since that. I've grown so much. I've read so many books. I've met so many amazing people. My career has just gone in such a good direction. And another thing that's happened is, you know, my brother and really good friend Anthony, who I've talked about on this podcast. See, I'm so into the podcast thing, but Anthony and my brother, who've been on this YouTube channel, I've done some really cool things with them over the last couple of years. We have a physical products-based business on Amazon, and over the last couple of years, you know, we really started learning about that business, and now we have, you know, 2, 3, 4 different products that are all generating money every single day on Amazon. And I know I don't talk about money a lot because I don't think that's the main thing. That's the most important thing in your life. Don't get me wrong, it is very important, but I've never been a person to lead with money in terms of the things I'm creating, because there's no right for me to tell you what you need to do. I'm here to share the things that are inspiring me. I'm here to share the projects I'm working on and connect with you if that's something you want to do. You can always reach out to me. You can always send me a message. You can leave me a comment. You can reach me personally on my email. It's info@youngwildandrich.com. If you ever want to connect, you ever want advice, you ever want to be connected to someone in your career, I bet I know someone who's doing a job that you like, just because I've spent so much time interviewing people and learning about the big, ever expanding landscape of different vocations you can choose. So if you're someone young and you're curious about a job, about maybe even an entrepreneurial endeavor, and you maybe want someone to talk to, reach out to me. I will do my best to connect you to someone who is doing that right now, because that is my biggest mission in my life right now. That's the biggest mission in my life. The thing that's inspired me the most and what I've valued the most for the last 10 years has been everything related to my personal growth, mindset, fitness, health, anything to get better as an individual and a young professional, adding value into the marketplace. And as my career has unfolded, one of the newest things over the last couple of years that has been my mission and vision is to now help young people find that career for themselves. Because I've been able to find it for myself. I've always been able to find it in my career and the side projects and passion projects I do, which inspire me, that get me up excited every day to work hard and make things happen. It is the biggest thing that could happen for any young person, maybe you, maybe someone you know. That if you can find that for yourself, if you can find something that inspires you, your life completely changes. The way you look at things, the questions you ask yourself, the way you spend your time. If you can find that for yourself, it changes your entire life. And that's what Young, Wild, and Rich has been about for the last 2 years. I started it in 2018. And that's my mission now. My mission, obviously, is to share and learn and grow and continue to do what I've been doing for the last decade when I started this channel. But now it's my mission is evolving to help find career fulfillment for young people. And I don't have all the answers for that. That's why I meet these people who have found it for themselves. I meet people who are like me. And when I say people like me, that's people who found something they love and they enjoy. And it's a big interest And that might not be their biggest passion, but you know what it is? It's something they're inspired to go after every day. They enjoy it. And I share those stories with other people. And I'm going to continually do this, and I'm going to continue to figure out ways to continue to help young people live that life for themselves. It's a very difficult thing to do. It's a difficult thing to find. So many people never find that for themselves. And I'm not just talking passion. I'm talking finding something they absolutely love doing and get up every single day to do. I want to help people find that for themselves because I found that for myself young. I found that out for myself when I was 18, and it completely changed the trajectory of my life. And for someone to never find that, that's honestly the biggest regret that I would have if I never found that. So I'm inspired to do that. And I would love your help in making that happen by you sharing this YouTube channel, by you sharing anything I create on Young, Wild, and Rich, on the social medias that we create content to help solve this challenge. It would mean the world to me. So it's 2020. It's 2020. It's 2020. We're 10 days in. How are you doing? Are you excited? Have you fallen off a little bit? That's okay. It's January. It's early. Every day is a new opportunity to get better. Every single day. So get back to the basics. Get back to the daily things you need to do. Who do you need to talk to? Who do you need to reach out to? What's that one thing that is going to move the needle to get you starting in the direction, guys? Because it's interesting. We get on this path and we start making progress, and then something that throws us off the path. This happens to me all the time, all year. And we start back over. We got to get on the path again. But it's about deciding to get back on the path and making those decisions and creating enough momentum to then realize, oh my gosh, I got it. I got the thing. Let's go. Let's keep going. And then you're inspired to stay on the path, to work hard, to find those things that mean the most to you. We're 17 minutes in. If you've stuck with me this far, it means a lot. I know I kind of rant and I share a lot of random things, but I'm just inspired to help. Sorry for the beanie. My hair's growing out a little bit long. You want to see it? You want to see the fro? But I'm just so inspired to be on this mission. You know, I'm on a career mission with my career, but then I have my other mission, which is, you know, working in my career because I want to help people find a career they love. And I love my career right now. But my career is a part of my greater mission to help people find that for themselves. So thank you for tuning in. If you ever have any questions, again, please reach out, info@youngwildandrich.com. Follow along in the journey here, subscribe, like this, share it, leave a comment. Let's connect. It's all about connecting. Take the time to meet more people today. Take the time to introduce yourself to someone that you never thought you might be able to meet. Just like I never thought I'd be able to interview someone who's been so successful like Dr. John Demartini. Look him up on YouTube. You'd be surprised at what this man has achieved in his life. He's 65 years old. He's been through life. He's traveled all around the world. He's spoken and influenced millions of people. It's insane what he's done. He lives on a boat called the World. It literally travels all around the world. And it's crazy to see what you can do with your life. So it's 2020. Reach out. YWR Podcast on Instagram. Dane Camella on Instagram. Send me a message. How can I help? How can I help in any way? I also want to say that too. If you need some guidance, I'm not saying I'm the guidance person, but I might be able to point you in that direction. Reach out. Let me know. 2020 is going to be an amazing year. I'm going to continue to make videos like this, maybe every quarter, to just check in. How you doing, Dane? You still happy? Right? But again, it's not about being happy all the time. It's about just pursuing things that interest you, that turn into more inspirations, and just giving back. So thank you so much, guys, for listening in. If you're still listening, I plan to make a lot more content for this YouTube channel. Any feedback, leave a comment below on interviews if you'd like to see them on this channel. And we're going to kill it in 2020. You're going to kill it in 2020. Make the decision to decide that you are. Be committed. Hold yourself to those commitments and work on daily things to get you there. Till the next video, guys. It's Friday too today, so have a good Friday. Enjoy yourself this weekend, or stay inside all weekend and just work on your craft. If you haven't set your goals or gotten an idea of what you want to make happen this year, spend some time this weekend doing that. Just lock yourself in a room and just write. This is what I want to accomplish this year. I'm telling you, it will pay dividends, and keep looking at it every single day, like I talked about in the last video. All right, guys, we're going to end here. Thank you so much. You guys mean the world to me. You rock. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep chasing your dreams. If you support it in any way, again, that means the most to me. Have an amazing Friday. Until the next video, I will see you guys soon.